Today, we're going to be checking out cheap versus expensive items and see if it's worth the price. Cheap versus expensive toaster. All right, what's the cheap one looking like?
Expensive toasters. Starting with a pop-up aggressiveness test.
Seems fine to me.
Cheap is not too bad.
That looks good.
Expensive seems to have shock absorbers.
So it's a slightly more even coverage on the expensive one. You can see
that is much nicer than the one on the right. I would be happy with both, to be honest.
Who has the time in their day to review toasters?
Us. We are literally reviewing toasters right now. All right, cheap versus expensive house paint. Okay, we got 14 euros versus 20 euros. That's like no difference.
That is pounds. That's not euros.
If it's not American, I don't care.
Starting with a thickness test, we can see cheap's much
Thickness
thinner.
test.
Our tape bleed test. They perform about equally with each other.
Okay.
I like the right a little more. That's a little more color.
Yeah, no, the expensive one was definitely worth it. Look how much more smooth it is. Yeah, no, expensive is worth it. If you guys want to see a 10-hour stream of watching paint dry, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Cheap versus expensive water. Is this gonna be like tap water versus Fiji water?
Oh my god.
It is! I called it! All right, I'm actually curious.
It's expensive water. Starting with an acidity test. Expensive is more alkaline.
I don't know which side is which. Let's try this side first.
Which one tastes better? That's all that matters.
There is a small difference in flavor, and it's slightly nicer over here. I'm leaning towards the cheap side, as I don't think the price will ever justify the function here.
Okay, I taste a big difference between tap water and filtered water, all right?
Well, you guys' water in America tastes like pills.
Well, that's because they put like chemicals into tap water.
Well, don't do that.
As long as your water is filtered, it tastes good. Cheap versus expensive boxing gloves. Okay, I'm curious.
Cheap versus expensive boxing gloves.
You didn't punch it.
An expensive one. Very cool.
That was it?
Well, that's not how you do that.
What about the durability? What about when you actually punch someone?
He just dropped it on a tomato.
I need another test and I demand it now. Cheap versus expensive tablets.
It says cheap versus expensive hangover tablets.
I've never been a hangover. Oh, no.
I never had a tablet.
Guess we're in the same situation.
An expensive one. Very cool.
I didn't win!
Wait, it's got more chemicals coming out of it? Does that make it better? Cheap versus expensive blenders. I better see Ninja up there.
It says cheap versus expensive
That's not Ninja.
personal blenders. An expensive one. Very cool.
Why did it win?
Tell us why.
He just blended it.
Okay, the one on the right got blended much faster, obviously, right? But like, at least taste it. And there's more expensive ones. Like, I've seen blenders cost up to like hundreds of dollars. I do recommend a small Ninja blender. Blends very well. Not sponsored, just that's the one I use. Cheap versus expensive winter
cheap versus
socks.
expensive winter socks.
Wait, what is he testing?
Why is there electricity meters?
Is he testing the warmth or what?
And cheap one. Very cool.
Why did it win?
Why?
This guy is losing his mind.
You know what's the best socks? Socks from the hospital, all right? I wear them all the time. Blaza can back me up here. They are so nice.
Why would you get socks from the hospital? You just steal them?
Well, yes. Cheap versus expensive chocolate
cheap
spread.
versus expensive chocolate spread.
All right. The one on the right just looks smoother, but the cheap one looks like it has those chunky bits. That can be good. Sometimes I like it crunchy.
An expensive one. Very cool.
Well, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. But what if I want a little more chunky? I see the expensive one got a little more like smoother thing, but like sometimes I do want like a little bit. Cheap versus expensive masking
cheap versus
tape.
expensive masking tape.
They're exactly the
Expensive
same.
one. Very cool.
What? They did the exact same, and it's literally 5 times more expensive. They did the exact same. The cheap one obviously won. No, overruled. Overruled. Cheap versus expensive dish soap.
Cheap versus expensive dish soap. Starting with a clean test, cheap does an okay job. 6 out of 10 on smell.
You wiped it like 3 spins. All right, where's the expensive one though?
And 6 out of 10 on dirt. How expensive, which seems to clean the plate a lot better. Scoring an 8 out of 10 on smell.
Wait, you did like 6 circles that time, man.
Starting with
Look
a
at
clean
that.
test,
Look at
cheap
1,
does an
2,
okay
3,
job.
4.
6 out of 10 on smell and 6
4
out of 10 on dirt.
spins.
How expensive, which seems to clean the plate a
Versus
lot better.
expensive. 2,
Scoring
3,
an 8 out of 10
4.
on smell.
Oh wait, no, he did 4 of both. Okay, no, he did the same amount of spins. Okay, the expensive is better.
Expensive one. Very cool.
Okay, good. The one we agree with. Expensive did win, all right? He cleaned way better. Way better.
He actually tested it this time.
Yes, this was good. He actually did all the little steps. Cheap versus expensive razors. I'm actually curious on this one. I use glazer. I don't even know.
What? You use glizzies?
Gillette. My bad.
How do you mess that up?
I don't know. I use Gillette. Oh my god, it's literally that much more expensive. That's a big difference. Oh my god, look at that.
Oh, there's also a big difference.
The Gillette looks way better.
Let's look at blade quality. Expensive is much more finely finished.
How do you know the blade quality? What the heck? You just put a microscope up to it?
Pulled up the microscope.
What the heck is the science kid doing, bro? Cheap versus expensive. What is he cutting now?
Now for a sharpness test. Expensive wins again with 241. And now for a shaving test.
Why is his arm in a hole?
Okay, so he's shaving his arm, not his beard. The expensive one is going right now. Okay, I can see it. Look, the one on the left, look, you still see hairs all over. But on the Gillette, it's like seamless. It's like a baby's bottom. So good. I'm getting the right one. Gillette's better.
Expensive is much more easy to use.
Yeah.
Overall, expensive has the better finish.
Yeah, Gillette's way better.
But is this performance 10 times better than cheap? That's a difficult question.
Yeah, that is a good question. It is literally 10 times more expensive. I would say it's worth it because then you could use the Gillette one a couple times if you like rinse it off right and stuff.
That being said, I think its saving grace is the fact that you can use the blades multiple times. And it has
Yes,
a particularly
that's
high
what
quality
I've been
build as well.
saying.
Expensive wins. Very
Yes, very cool.
Oh my God,
I
it's
agree.
actually making sense
I'm
this
glad. All right, cheap versus expensive energy drinks. All right. We got Red Bull. I don't like Red Bull, and I don't know what the heck Blue Spark is. I don't think Red Bull tastes good. I'm sorry. I don't think it tastes good.
Expensive, slightly less acidic. Using the sugar density test, you can visualize expensive having double the sugar. Now for a smell test. Starting off
Why
with
does
5 out
he?
of 10.
You don't need to do that.
What the heck is going on, man?
What's going on here? Oh, weird little scene.
Smell it. What the heck is this?
Starting off with 5 out of 10. Expensive wins with 7, having a better, less chemical smell. Again, we
Okay.
I mean, I guess Red Bull smells kind of nice.
Now, I have to say, purely on a flavor standpoint, this side is so much nicer.
Well, that was Red Bull. This is my energy drink. I use Amino Energy. Not sponsored, but I think it tastes good. It's got like that prime energy stuff. It's got like those aminos. So it's good if you play like sports and stuff. Cheap versus expensive frying pan.
Cheap versus expensive frying pans.
Why would you do that? Okay, I'm gonna say the expensive is already better because it's got these like little dots on it, and that just makes it so things don't stick on it. And I hate when things stick on the pan.
Now for a non-stick test.
Why do you put jelly beans on there?
No, the most important test is the stick. But why the heck is he putting gummy worms?
That's disgusting. I can just smell this video.
All right, I'm gonna skip to the back where it's more expensive. Cheap versus expensive D-pads.
Now we're talking. I just bought a new pair of knee pads.
Let's test cheap versus expensive. Insert knee pads.
Oh!
They both suck. All right.
Both of them, your knee gets shattered.
Expensive one. Very cool.
Why did it when they both exploded?
But it exploded as much. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to check out that guy's TikTok, or if he has a YouTube channel, we'll link it down below. But if you guys like that reaction, make sure to subscribe and check out socksrun.com for some epic merch.